held your ground, remained silent, and let her feel the full weight of your absence. But now comes the most crucial step, because if you don't navigate this phase with care, all the effort you've invested so far could completely backfire. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the precise steps you need to take to make her pursue you, reignite her desire, and firmly reestablish your place as the high-value man she finds impossible to resist. Stay with me, because this is the turning point you've been waiting for. Step 1. Why no contact is only the beginning. No contact is not the endgame, it's merely the start of a carefully planned strategy. Think of it as clearing the board in a game of chess, allowing you to reset the pieces. By stepping away, you've created the kind of space that forces her to reflect on your absence. But here's the important part. What you choose to do next will determine whether she starts chasing you or moves on. Too many men assume that going no contact is the full strategy, but in truth, it's only one tool in a bigger plan. Without the proper follow-up, its power fades away. Picture this. During the no contact period, she likely went through a wave of emotions. At first, your silence might have made her feel powerful, like she had the upper hand. But as time passed, doubt began to creep in. She started to question whether you're truly gone for good, and that uncertainty makes her think about you more. However, if you break that silence in a way that comes off as needy or desperate, you risk undoing all the progress you made. That's why your next move carries so much weight. It will either reinforce your image as a high-value man or destroy the perception you've spent time building. No contact lets her get a taste of life without you. It plants the seed of curiosity, but it's your behavior afterward that nurtures that seed and helps it grow. This isn't about playing games. It's about showing that your absence wasn't just an emotional reaction. It was a deliberate decision. A man who truly knows his worth always has a plan, and now it's time for you to act on it. Step 2. Observe her first moves. The period immediately following no contact is pivotal because her behavior will give you insight into her true intentions. Pay close attention, not only to what she says, but more importantly, to what she does. Does she reach out unexpectedly? Does she like your recent posts or start posting content that seems aimed at getting your attention? These are signals you don't want to miss. But don't rush to conclusions. Take your time and carefully observe the situation. If she sends a casual, "Hey," it may appear trivial, but it's often her subtle way of testing the waters, seeing if you'll jump to respond or if you've really moved on. This is when patience becomes your greatest asset. By not reacting impulsively, you send a message that you're not easily shaken. Even her silence can be telling. If she doesn't reach out, it doesn't automatically mean she's over you. In many cases, women mirror your behavior to see if you'll cave first. She might actually be waiting to see if you'll make the first move. Instead of letting anxiety creep in, use this time to double down on your personal growth. Stay calm and think strategically. Her initial actions are just the surface of what's really unfolding in her mind. Step 3. Reignite the attraction. Now that lines of communication are starting to open again, your next step is to subtly reignite that spark. This isn't about flashy gestures or overly enthusiastic messages. In fact, less is often more. The goal is to naturally remind her of the things that initially drew her to you without coming across as trying too hard. Begin with a calm, confident response. If she reaches out with something like, "Hey, it's been a while, how have you been?" That's your opportunity. A friendly but grounded reply works wonders. It shows you're open to reconnecting, but you're not overly eager. Avoid diving into deep conversations or bringing up the past right away. Keep things light, a little playful, and leave her curious. This is where many guys slip up. They try to pick up right where things left off before no contact. Don't do that. Show her, through your actions and attitude, that you've changed. Maybe you've been pursuing a new passion, improving your health, or achieving a personal goal. Let her see that you're not the same version of yourself she once knew. That kind of transformation is what reignites interest and makes her look at you in a fresh, more intrigued way. Step 4. Build curiosity. Curiosity is a powerful motivator, and right now, it's your strongest ally. The less she knows about your day-to-day life, the more she'll want to know. But that doesn't mean you vanish completely. It means you become more intentional about what you reveal. Post a photo from a weekend hike, share a glimpse of an event you attended, or let her see a bit of a project you've been working on. These subtle updates let her know you're living fully without screaming for attention. But be careful. If you post too frequently or make it too obvious, it can have the opposite effect. The idea is to draw her in, not push her away. This principle also applies when you're talking to her. Don't give everything away at once. If she asks what you've been up to, offer just enough to stir her interest, then stop. The more room you leave for her imagination, the more effort she'll make to stay involved. Step 5. Keep the emotion balanced. One of the toughest parts of reconnecting after no contact is managing your emotions. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement and become overly available, undoing all the gains you've made. To avoid that, remember, your emotional state should remain level, no matter what she does. Whether she comes in with warmth or acts distant, your energy should stay consistent. That kind of emotional steadiness conveys confidence and builds trust. It shows her you're not easily rattled. If she tries to bring up old arguments or push your buttons, stay calm and assertive. That maturity is what reinforces your worth. Step 6. Let her prove her value. No contact served its purpose. But now that she's back in the picture, many men make a major mistake. They immediately start putting her on a pedestal again. Not this time. Now's the moment to redefine the dynamic. This time, it's about her showing you what she brings to the table. Relationships work best when both people are equally invested. And after no contact, the balance naturally shifts in your favor. She's missed you, felt the void, maybe even questioned her past decisions. So now make sure she understands your worth fully. Don't be too eager. If she texts or wants to meet, don't jump at the opportunity. Instead, say something like, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you." This isn't you playing hard to get. It's about communicating that your time is valuable. Watch her effort. Is she genuinely trying to rebuild the connection? If not, don't hesitate to step back again. You've already shown you can walk away, and that's exactly what makes you irreplaceable. Step 7. Be the man she can't replace. Walking away wasn't just about distance, it was about giving yourself the room to evolve. Now's the time to show that evolution. Women are drawn to men with purpose, drive, and independence. These qualities make you unforgettable. Ask yourself, what have you done during no contact to better yourself? Whether it was fitness, career growth, or learning something new, growth was for you. But here's the thing, she'll notice. When she sees the new and improved version of you, it'll trigger something powerful in her. She'll realize that losing you means losing someone rare. You don't have to flaunt your progress. Let it come through naturally in conversation. Mention a project you're excited about or an upcoming goal. That quiet confidence, that steady momentum, it's magnetic. It taps into a deep fear she has, the fear of losing someone truly one of a kind. Step 8. Stay in control. Reconnecting after silence is an emotional minefield. You might feel a rush when she finally messages you. But this is where many men falter. They allow emotions to take control. If you want to maintain your edge, you need to stay composed. Say she messages you after weeks. Your first instinct might be to reply immediately, to pour out everything you've been holding back. Resist that urge. Take a breath. Think about what response supports your long-term vision. This isn't about getting her back. It's about creating a dynamic based on mutual respect and emotional maturity. Staying in control doesn't mean being cold, it means being intentional. Even if her messages are emotional or triggering, stay centered. Respond with calm, quiet confidence. She'll see that you're not easily shaken, and that emotional steadiness is a quality few can ignore. Step 9. Create a vision she wants to be part of. Now that you're reconnecting, the goal isn't just to rebuild, it's to build something better. Women are deeply attracted to men who have a clear sense of direction. If you can communicate a future that she wants to align with, she won't just want you back, she'll want in on the journey. Clarify your goals. What do you want over the next year? 5 years? 10? When you share your vision, without bragging, but with quiet passion, it draws the right kind of people in. Maybe you're working on a business or mastering a craft. Speak about it with enthusiasm and clarity. This makes her see that your life has momentum, with or without her. And in that moment, the dynamic shifts. Instead of trying to re-enter her world, she'll want to enter yours. That's what creates a lasting, meaningful connection. Step 10. Never forget your worth. Through this entire process, there's one thing you must hold on to: your own value. Going no contact was an act of self-respect. It proved to both her and yourself that your emotional energy is sacred. That same mindset should guide your every move from here on out. The truth is, not every woman will see your worth, and that's okay. What truly matters is that you do. If she's not showing effort, if she's not meeting you halfway, don't be afraid to walk away again. You're not looking for someone who simply wants you. You're looking for someone who values and respects you deeply. Self-worth is magnetic. When you carry yourself with quiet certainty, people notice. But more than that, it sets a standard. Any relationship you enter will now be built on mutual appreciation, not desperation. And that, above all, ensures that being with you feels like a privilege, one she won't soon forget. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.